or principles, no, or the things, the rulings that you need to remember para malaman ninyo, ito yung right punctuation for this. Kasi there are types of sentences na very confusing, no, kapag hindi natin alam yung type of sentences. Ayun yung number one rule or cue, no, or parameters para at least maintindihan ninyo. So with that, record ko na yung screen ko kasi minamaximize ko yung ating recording size, no. Window G, ayun. I could screen record na kasi. Ayun, thank you so much. All right, with that, so let us proceed. Anyone who could be able to tell me kung ano yung purpose or importance ng ending punctuation? Bakit ba natin kailangan maglagay ng panapos? So let's have Irish. Can you please give me at least one reason or purpose?
To know that the sentence is finished.
Yes, correct, no? One thing for sure, it informs, no? It informs that the sentence is already finished. Di ba nga, sabi nga nila, napakahirap intindihin ng isang group of words, group na salita, ano yun, grupo yun ng mga salita no? Na kapag hindi mo alam kung saan ka hihinto or kung kailan ka hihinga kasi nauubusan naman tayo ng hininga in biologically speaking. But then again, no, in terms of technical writing, alam natin na dapat meron tayong paghinto at kailan tayo matatapos. So one thing for sure, it informs that the sentence is already finished. No, kapag once na may period na siya, question mark siya or exclamation point, this is already a sentence that comprises of a complete thought. Ibig sabihin ng complete thought, naiintindihan mo siya, malinaw ito. All right? Number 2, anyone? That is Irish, no? Please take note on the nagre-recite ha sa class representative ko. Yes, Jess, ha? Yes, Jessa.
Yes po, sir. Alam mo ang
Yes. Okay.
Sir, ano po, yung to convey the emotion.
Ano, hindi ko masyadong marinig, Jessa. Yes?
Yung to convey the emotion, persistence po.
Exactly, no? Narinig ko naman siya, no? So it actually no? It expresses what? Emotions accompany to a sentence. Bakit? Kasi we have this so-called exclamative sentence, or like for example, when we say, when we are exaggerating or strongly stating something, like for example, do not let the cat go inside the house, no? Like for example, ganyan. So you are putting an emotion wherein, so it should be ended with an exclamation point kasi you are strongly stated na dapat wag mong papapasukin ang pusa sa loob ng bahay. It's either baka kasi meron siyang allergy with that, not unlike kapag once na if you're going to make it in this kind of intonation, please do not let the cat inside the house. No, there's no strongly stated, but then again, that is one thing for sure, giving an advice, no? Or actually a command, no? So it expresses what emotions accompany to a sentence, no? Kaya nga kapag once na nagbabasa tayo ng mga salita, no, in terms of sa FB Messenger, napakahirap if there will be no ending punctuations or emotions kasi we could be able to misinterpret it sometimes, no? Baka ikaw yung dating ng paggawa niya ng sentence, no, is hindi naman pagalit, but when you are not in a mood, no, one thing for sure, you're going to misinterpret it na, ay, baka galit tong tao na to. Kasi there's no emotion to it. Then, tapos kapag once na pina-full caps niya pa lahat yung sinulat niya, no, that is actually an indication na pwede mo siyang ma-interpret, galit tong tao na to. Okay? So, it expresses what emotions accompany to a sentence. Alright? So, most probably, very technical to kapag dating sa mga writer, no? Kasi they want their audience or readers, no, to feel, no, what they wanted to convey or what specific message that they wanted to convey or kung anong gusto nilang parating. Ayun yon. Number 3, last, Yes, who's that?
To
Abigail.
informs us the proper way to read the sentence.
Exactly, no? It informs or it conveys, no? Conveys the proper way in reading the sentence. Bakit? Meron tayong mga tinatawag na like for example, number one is if you're just relaying an information, you're declaring something, no? For example, Jose Rizal is our national hero. You're stating a fact, just like that. Not unlike kapag once na, for example, if it is a direct question wherein you are going to change the intonation, no? Wherein, for example, hindi mo naman pwedeng basahin na kapag nagtanong ka, how old are you? Or walang gana, no? How old are you? It's just like that, di ba? So one thing for sure, yung frowning of your head and your eyebrows, di ba dyan, how old are you? So that is going to be your antics, no? Kung paano mo mababasahin ng isang sentence in a right way. Okay? Alam naman natin yan. Okay? So those three are the purposes or reasons bakit tayo gumagamit ng ending punctuation. Thank you for that. Now let's proceed with the different types of sentences kasi napaka-importante nito. Dapat alam natin yung different types of sentences kasi doon natin malalaman kung ano yung gagamitin nating end punctuation or panapos. Kung period ba, kung question mark ba, or exclamative. So, number one, let's define what declarative sentence means. Anyone? All right, let's have Kisha. Yun, umano. Kisha, yes?
A simple statements that declare po.
All right, so one thing for sure, what you're going to put na ending punctuation.
Period po.
All right, so aside from relaying information, ano pa ang declarative sentence? So one thing for sure that is correct, you are going to end it with a period. Sabi niya, declarative sentence, andyan na, declaring something. It is a statement. Relaying information, ano pa? Anyone? Who's that? Anyone, please state your surname.
Almeida po.
Almeida, okay. Ano pa?
A sentence that makes a statement, provide a fact, offers an explanation, or conveys information.
Exactly, no? It states a fact or opinion, no? Wherein, like for example, yung sinabi ko kanina, no? You're going to end a sentence like this with a period or full stop kapag once na sinabi ko, Jose Rizal is our national hero, period. Bakit? One thing for sure from the very beginning that Jose Rizal has been inaugurated as our national hero, hindi pa siya napapalitan. That is a fact, no? Another thing, in our physics, no? Ang sabi daw, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Never naman nabago yan na lumubog ang araw sa west, lumitaw ang araw sa west at lumubog siya sa east, no? So that is a general truth, no? Or if ever that, for example, if you are posting something, no, if you are not that apolitical, no, you are pointing your political view, that is an opinion. Okay, so you have to end it with a period, as simple as that. All right, ang cue mo dyan, statement, no, fact, or opinion. Okay, or relays information. Very good. Then imperative sentence, ito medyo confusing dito sa part na to. Anyone, please state your surname. Imperative
Dukot,
sentence,
sir.
Leona
Dukot.
po.
Yes, Dukot.
It gives instruction, direction, or advice.
Mm-hmm. What else pa? And then, so what
Ako
you
po,
are going
sir.
to put? You're going to
Kaya na
put
po.
Meron po.
Sir, ako po.
Wesley. All right. Oh, Wesley. Ano pa yung
Okay.
additional?
Used to make... Ako po.
Yes, oo.
Dito po.
Okay.
Almeida po.
Imperative sentence used to make command and ends either period or exclamation mark.
All right, no? So yun. So ito yung medyo confusing yung imperative sentence, no? Sometimes, no, we are ending this kind of sentence as question mark, but it's not. No, sabi nga kanina ni Dukot at saka ni Wesley, no? Number one, it gives direction, asking for a command or giving a command, no? Strong order, making a request, giving an advice. All right? sometimes you use it or you're going to end it with a period and exclamation point, but it's a case to case basis. It depends on how are you going to, or it depends on the writer, no, on how he or she is going to explain that specific emotion to that specific sentence. So one thing for sure, you are going to put or end it with a period. At ang mga cue mo dito, no, um, you are just going to look for the modal words will, and then we have also the court choose request, court choose word, na such as please. No, one thing for sure, this is an imperative sentence. So this is a period, okay? Kasi with regards to the interrogative sentence, the word itself, no, um, uh, it is implying a direct question in comparison to the imperative sentence. Sabi nga kanina ni Wesley tsaka ni Dukot, paano natin madidetermine? Ang sentence na ito ay nagbibigay ng direction, okay? Nagbibigay ng advice, okay? And then it actually requesting for a command or a light command, giving an order. Alright? Then at the same time also giving an instruction, okay? So one thing for sure, it's formulation, no, or formula in creating the specific sentence. Kala mo it is actually a question, but it is not. It is an indirect question, most probably. All right? So with that, interrogative sentence, any
Sir, meron
definition
pa
to
ano
that?
po?
Yes po.
Sir, gumapos.
Who's that?
Buelya po.
Gumapos. All right. Right.
Sir, gumapos.
All right. Sige, hindi ko kasi nakikita eh. Tinry ko na
The
mag-ano.
kind, sir, okay.
Yes, go ahead.
It is a kind of sentence po that asks question and uses a question mark.
All right. So you're going to end it with a question mark. So one thing for sure, ano yung pinaka-cue mo para malaman na this sentence this is actually an interrogative sentence. Andiyan na sa statement, no, interrogating, no? So one thing for sure, ano yung dapat tatandaan mo? It's supposed to be there is a presence of yan, DQ. Ano yun?
Question.
Question.
Yes, there is actually an adjective
Direct
before that.
question.
Direct question. Bakit direct ang
Direct
pagtatanong? So, one thing for sure, what is your cue? No? The WH questions or the interrogative pronoun. Di ba yan ang tawag nila dyan? Interrogative pronoun. Okay? Now, what are those? So, who, what,
Where?
yeah,
When?
exactly. Where, why, ano pa?
How.
How.
Exactly. So, one thing for sure, class, so for example, madidetermine mo siya as interrogative sentence kapag once na it starts with the WH questions, no? Be careful kasi mamaya makikita nyo there is an example na wherein there is a presence of should we say personal pronoun plus the verb, tapos at the end of the sentence nandoon yung WH questions or the question, the group of word na question is nasa loob siya. If that's the case, no, you have to fully understand na that is not a direct question but it is an indirect question. Makikita nyo mamaya kung ano yung pagkakaiba. So now let's define exclamative
Sir,
sentence.
gumapos. Sir, Leona po.
Bilya
Gumapos, sir.
Sir, Pineda po.
Billadolid. All right.
Exclamative sentence.
Yes, Billadolid. Definition of exclamative
Sir.
sentence.
Exclamative
Sir.
sentence is a sentence type used to express surprise about something unexpected or extraordinary.
All right.
And
Ayan.
with
So
exclamation point.
exactly. So it will be ended with exclamative mark, no? Sorry, medyo na ano ang aking pagsulat. So just like that. So here, no, number one, ito kasi expiringly used na to, no? Not most of the time na ginagamit natin yung mga types of exclamative sentence. Depende na lang to kapag once na you are actually a writer wherein you really wanted to express what specific emotions that you want to imply to your reader or to your audience, no? So like what Billadolid mentions, no, it actually actually not informing, no, it is composed of strong emotions, no, a grief, no, and then it could be enthusiasm, no, wherein, for example, if you are going to greet a person happy birthday, you're going to use an exclamation point kasi you are happy that he or she needs to celebrate his or her natal day or born day, just like that. So for example, if you're going to give also a condolences, no, my condolences kapag someone is grieving or mourning, no, that is an exclamation point kasi you are deeply sorry and that you are deeply sad, no. You wanted to get the weight, no, of sadness sa kanya, no, wherein you wanted to comfort him or her because of what happened, just like that. So meron din yung, for example, yung tinatawag nating mga interjection na, for example, oh my, no? And then we have also yikes, mga ganyan, no? Stop that. It's just like that. So ito kasi is parang reuse naman na to. Yes, correct. Now, thank you so much for that. Let's proceed with example. So here, let's check. Did I correctly punctuate number 1? What do you think? Tama ba yung paglagay ko
Yes,
ng
sir.
period? Why?
Yes po.
Let us identify what specific sentence is this.
Gascon.
Declarative sentence.
Declarative sentence.
Pura. Pura
Yes, pura. Declarative. So one thing for sure we're going to use.
Declarative sentence.
What specific ending punctuation?
Period.
Very good. What is your cue? Ano yung pinakapalatandaan nyo that this
State
is
fact
actually...
po.
Yes, stating a fact. Isa lang naman si Jose na merong degree ng computer science, no? Same with you. The moment that you're going to graduate, you're going to receive an office administration degree. So that is stating a general fact or a truth, right? Not unless napupunta kayo ng recto at gumawa kayo, okay, ng sarili nyong diploma, all right? Thank you. Then how about example number 2?
Gascon, sir.
Gascon.
Imperative, sir.
Why?
Kasi
Ano
po
yung
may
Imperative
command, sir.
sentence.
Command.
Ha?
Command.
Isa command. Pag sinabing command, utos yan. Tell her what you saw.
Declarative po.
Yes, declarative siya. Are you sure?
Opinion po.
Is this an opinion? Tell her what you saw. When we say an opinion, no, you are giving a, for example, he is stating a specific fact na wherein you want to validate it or revalidate it. No, you are going to suggest another fact to support that he or she is correct or he or she is not correct. Is that what the statement's all about? Tell her what you saw. So kunyari may katabi ka, tatlo kayo magkakausap, no? Please tell her what you saw. Or tell her what you saw. Sabihin mo sa kanya yung nakita mo. Is that?
Advice.
Imperative. So, ano yung pinaka-cue mo dyan? So, how are you going to understand that one? Tell her what you saw.
Indirect question, sir.
Yes, it is an indirect question. Tell her what you saw. No, that is not an indirect question.
Giving
command po.
Yun,
Command.
No, nalito tuloy ako. Command. Tell her what you saw eh. No? So, it is actually, that is not a strong command, but a friendly command, no? Wherein siguro nag-uusap-usap sila, no? Wherein na kailangan niya magsabi ng totoo ay magsabi kung ano yung nakita niya. Alright? As simple as that. So, period pa rin ang gagamitin natin dyan, class. Okay? Wrong ha? That is not an indirect question ha? Okay? Next, ito, there is a determiner na madidetermine mo siya na, this is actually this type of sentence and this is actually the ending punctuation na dapat gamitin ko. Ano yon?
Courtesy.
Imperative pa rin po.
Imperative.
Giving
Imperative, sir.
Light request, sir.
Yes.
Sir, nagre-request.
Make
Because,
request.
Nagre-request
May
po
courtesy
kasi,
po.
kasi may
correct. The word please. No? Alright. So, this is actually a light request. No? Kasi, sabi niya, please send the copies to Elaine Brooks. No? Tapos, malay nyo, meron isa sa inyo na nag-focus dun sa Grammarly. Okay, I have checked also this one kasi the problem with Grammarly, no, it is correcting no, that this kind of sentences. But I have several books here that in terms of this kind of composition, no, wherein there is a presence of courtesy request, no, you have to put a period after it, no. Kaya nga yung sabi kanina ni Wesley, no, sometimes we put an exclamative mark with this kind of sentences. But the problem is it is still depends, no, on the author and the writer. Okay? Kaya ang ginagawa ni Grammarly, kino-correct niya to eh. Instead of, should we say, putting period, no, exclamative point, siguro kung may nag-try sa inyo ng ganyan. So, we need to consider whatever the textbook mention kasi ang application naman ni Grammarly kung ano lang yung defaulted sa kanya. But I have checked also some of my books in UP and then at the same time itong other books ng English, no, in grammar and composition. So this supposed to be ended with a period. Siguro the another justification with that, no, it depends on the writer kung paano niya i-end yon. Okay? Itong specific composition na to, itong specific sentence na to. But then again, this is actually an imperative and then you need to end it with a period because there is a presence of a like request or the court choose a word, please. All right? So how about this one? Oh, do not be confused ha. Example number 1, hindi ako naglagay ng ending punctuation. What do you think?
Imperative.
Bakit? Bakit sa imperative?
Giving advice.
Very good.
Advice.
So, para to kay Wesley, no? Dapat daw hindi ka nangangako ng hindi mo tinutupad sa mga girls. Alright? No? Do not promise more than you can fulfill. That is actually an advice. Giving an advice. So, it should be ended with a period. So, it is an imperative sentence. Alright? Number 2, madali lang.
Imperative then, sir.
Then, anong
Request.
Request.
Alright, it is a light request because there is a presence of modal word will. Alright, modal to eh. No, may, might, no, will, those are modal words. Alright, will you send 2 copies to Michael Jordan? So it should be ended with a period. Alright, so same with the last example, no, using a period after a courteous request. Meron siyang will, modal. So one thing for sure, period ang gagamitin mo. That is an imperative sentence. All right. So dito na tayo sa ating next interrogative sentence. Ito medyo tricky ito. Ito yung dapat yung wag kakalimutan. Ay, hold on. Wala, sorry, napindot ko class, sorry ah. Ayan. Am I sharing it again, class?
Yes,
Alright. Okay, here. Like what I have mentioned, no, we have this very confusing kapag in this kind of sentence, no. Meron tayong tinatawag na interrogative sentence wherein meron tayong tinatawag na direct question at saka indirect question. Okay? Kapag direct question, one thing for sure, you are going to use question mark. Pag indirect question, it should be period or exclamative. It depends on the expression or what the writer wants to, what specific emotion that accompanies to a sentence. All right? So, dito, have you seen Elaine Brooks? Did I correctly punctuated it?
Yes po.
Bakit?
Direct question, sir.
Exactly. Correct. So, that is correct. So, this is a direct question kasi, di ba this is part of tag question? It should be answered by, for example, have you seen Elaine Brooks? No? You can answer as like this, no? Yes, I haven't. Yes, I have. Or no, I haven't. It's just like that. So that is a direct question. So one thing for sure, there is a first person and a second person na nagre-receive ng information or question with that, no? Doon pa lang makikita mo yung line of questioning. So it is a direct question. All right? So this is an interrogative sentence. Have you seen Elaine Brooks? It's either pag nakita mo, yes, I have. But if pag di mo nakita, no, I haven't. It's just like that. Okay? So correct. Here, ano yung pinaka-determiner nyo? One thing for sure, this is also an interrogative sentence. No? Ano yung pinaka-determiner nyo? Ano yung pinaka-cue nyo dyan? There is a presence of?
Which.
Very good. Yung WH questions or the interrogative pronoun. So, dyan pa lang, automatically, pag nakita nyo na yan sa quiz ninyo or major examination nyo, question mark yan. And then if you are going to transcribe a sentence, no, kapag it starts with that, kahit hindi nyo pa nalagyan yan ng punctuation dahil kamamadali mo pagdating sa transcription. One thing for sure, if it starts with which, how, what, when, where, when, why, no, you have to end it with a question mark. All right? Okay, let's practice. How about example number 1? Yes, Tresha. Tresha?
Interrogative.
Leona po.
Interrogative. So you're going to end it with what
Indirect
specific
question.
punctuation?
Indirect question.
Are you sure? In what year did King John sign the Magna Carta?
Yes po.
So this is actually
Question
what
mark,
type of
sir.
sentence? Question mark. All right.
Yes,
So this
sir.
is what type of sentence is this?
Interrogative.
Interrogative.
All right.
Interrogative.
Ano yung
Interrogative.
pinaka-cue mo dyan? Yes, correct.
What
Oo.
po, sir? Yes.
Ha?
Yung what po. Yung what sa
Exactly. So one thing for sure, this kind of line of questioning, no, it is actually asking for the exact date, no? Para ang sabi niya dito, in what year did King John sign the Magna Carta? Tinatanong niya kung ano yung exact year, no? Kung kailan pinirmahan ni King John yung Magna Carta. Alam niyo ba yung Magna Carta na yan? That is actually a law that it intended for you, no? Kapag once na you are already married, no? Magna Carta for women. Okay? If you know the issue of Alma Moreno about sabi niya daw kailangan niya daw i-impose kapag naging senator siya ang gagawin niyang batas, it's all about protection in the women. And sabi ni Karen Davila, we have already the Magna Carta for women. Why you wanted to create a law for exclusively for women? O, 'di ba? Yun yung sinasabi niya. All right? So, number 2. How about example number 2? What do you think? Wasn't Julius Caesar murdered in 44 BC?
Sir, indirect question.
Interrogative.
Nalito na. Ulit ha.
Sir, interrogative po,
Joyce,
sir.
basahin mo ulit. With feelings. Joyce. Saan si Joyce?
Sir.
Basahin mo, Joyce. With feelings. Yung example number 2.
Okay po. Wasn't Julius Caesar murdered in 44 BC? Kasi sir,
Taray naman.
confused pa. Confused
Ha?
po yung, nag-confuse pa po siya sa tanong niya. Kumbaga hindi po siya sure sa
Exactly.
statement.
So, but this is actually a... Yes, Joyce. So, that is correct. So, one thing for sure, this is still a... Joyce.
Direct question po.
Exactly. Direct question lang siya, pero he or she wants to validate kung tama ba yung information niya sa utak niya. Wasn't Julius Caesar murdered in 44 BC? Tama yung basa ni Joyce kanina, no? Kino-confirm niya. Kaya tinatanong niya, but in the mode of confirmation, wasn't Julius Caesar murdered in 44 BC? No? So, am I going to remove the period here? Tapos I'm going to place a question mark, or I will I will stay the period and then plus the question mark. Joyce.
Stay pa rin po, sir.
Why?
Kasi po ano tawag dito?
The C is, ano ba yung tawag natin sa mga ganito?
Abbreviation.
Exactly. It is an abbreviation, so that is still a correct punctuation. Because that means that it stands for a specific word. BC means it's before Christ, no? So no need to remove the period. Medyo confusing lang siya eh. Okay? Sinadya ko talaga yan. So one thing for sure, you're going to remain the period plus you're going to put a question mark. That is not a double punctuation, all right? Because that BC is an abbreviation, so it stays with the period or full stop, and then plus it is actually a direct question, no, wherein it is revalidating what he or she has, or he or she's what do you call this, what is specific information that she knows or he knows, just like that. All right, eto, wag malilito. Number 3, what do you think? Anyone?
Imperative sentence po.
Imperative sentence?
Indirect questions.
Yes, indirect question. Bakit? So what we're going to do? Anong ilalagay nating punctuation? Ending punctuation?
Period.
Period. Period, sir.
Exactly. So anyone who could tell me para ma-change natin, let us rephrase it to make it a direct question. Ano dapat ang i-remove natin? What do you think?
He po.
Exactly.
He.
Remove the personal pronoun, no? Personal pronoun he, and then plus the verb, no? It stays it with WH question, the who had moved the chair. Yan. No? So that's the time you're going to put a question mark. Since there is a presence of personal pronoun he asked, that is actually an indirect question. It is still a question, but then again, it is in the third person. Di ba third person si he eh. Alright? He asked who had moved the chair. Hindi naman niya sinabi who had moved the chair. So one thing for sure, when we are talking about the sentence who had moved the chair, may first person na nagsasalita at may second person na naka-receive. Not unlike if we are talking about he asked, wherein in the third person, one thing for sure, it's either he or she is around with the first person and second person, okay, na pinag-uusapan nila kung sino yung naggalaw ng upuan. Alright? So that is how are you going to interpret it. Okay. Now, here, let's have example number 1 and 2. What do you think? Chandler asked if he could go to the bathroom. Is this a question mark, period, or exclamative? Hello? Ano na?
Period po.
Period pa din siya. Bakit dyan? It is?
Indirect.
Indirect.
Yes, indirect.
Indirect question.
Oh, that is not a declarative sentence. Chandler asked if he could go to the bathroom. Okay? Chandler is asking someone, no, if he could go to the bathroom, or maybe he is inside the classroom, no, he is asking for the permission of the professor, no, to go outside the classroom and go in the bathroom. It's just like that, no. Not unlike if you're going to replace it, like for example, can I go or could I go to the bathroom? That is actually the direct question. Okay, again, there is a third person chandelier. It is in the subjective form, no? This is actually a, should we say, the third person, okay, plus the verb, no? So this is actually the question, no? He could go to the bathroom, no? If he, meron pang subordinating conjunction to if he could go to the bathroom. So one thing for sure, he is asking for a permission, no, to go outside. All right. Number 2, wag malilito din dito. I wondered what homework I will have this weekend. This is not an indirect question. This is not actually a direct question. May cue kayong palatandaan dito. Yes, Jessa. Ano yon? Yes, Jessa. Imperative because ano yung pinaka-cue mo dyan? Yung word na?
What?
There's, aside from what? No, that is not the will. I will have this weekend. Ano yung pinaka-cue nyo dyan? Basahin mabuti at intindihin mabuti. Yes, Tesha. Yes, Tresha. Ano yung word?
I wondered po.
Ano? Exactly. The wondered, oh. Yan pa lang, oh, malalaman mo na, this is not actually a direct question. This is not also an indirect question. I wondered, no? Nag-iisip siya, no? Kino-confirm niya sa utak niya, what homework I will have this weekend, no? Ina-anticipate niya. He or she is anticipating kung ano yung magiging homework nila. Alright? Wondering, oh, nag-iisip. Hindi yan wondering na yung tag dito, yan yung wonder na yan, WA, ibig sabihin niya naglalakwat siya or traveling, okay? Wondering, nag-iisip, no? Iniisip niya, ina-anticipate niya, ano kaya yung magiging homework namin this coming weekend. So, that is your cue. Again, that is not indirect question or nor direct question. All right? Here, using a period to end an indirect question. Bakit? There is a personal pronoun. Di ko pala nabura kasi nagklase ako kagabi. Yun lang yung pinaka-cue nyo doon. Whether I like cheese. Kapag once na nirephrase natin siya, repress tuloy. Whether I like cheese, do I like cheese? No? Just like that. Or that is actually the line of questioning kapag once na it is a direct question. So one thing for sure, pag may nakita nyong personal pronoun, no, plus the verb, no, i-end mo siya ng period kasi that is not a direct question. Okay? So ang pinaka-parameter ninyo or red flags ninyo is the WH question or the interrogative pronoun. If it is actually, or if you need to end it with a question mark. Okay? Yun lang yon. Personal pronoun, no, indirect question, period. WH question or interrogative pronoun, question mark. That's it. So, let's have an example for justification then. Di ko pala nabura kagabi. Okay. Who is she? Where can I sit? That is a direct question because there is a WH question at the beginning of the question. All right? Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. An indirect question in a question. Which one is the should we say indirect here? Here on this part, no? Do you know who she is? If you it starts with the do and can, no? Yun should we say the question into the capacity, no? If you are capable of doing, 'di ba? Do and can, no? One thing for sure, it should be ended with a question mark. Ayan pa. Okay? It starts with the do, no? The direct question in a question. The question is here. Who she is? Where can I sit? Can you tell me where can I sit? Do you know who she is? This is ano, yes, I do. No, I don't. No? Can you tell me where I can sit? No? Yes, yes, I can. No, I can't. It's just like that, no? Then here, like what I have mentioned, there should be a presence of the personal pronoun or it should be in the third person, okay? And then the question statement is at the end of the sentence. So that is an indirect. So you need to put period or end it with a period. Same with here. End it up with a period, no? Look, no question mark. Okay? Sabi nga nung isang devil dyan. Okay? So ayun lang yung pinakatatandaan nyo. The moment that you are going to understand or comprehend a sentence, no? Kung kailan mo siya i-end with a question mark and a period, ayun lang yung pinaka-cue nyo. Again, kapag nakita nyo yung personal pronoun plus verb, no? And then at the same time, if it is an indirect question, you have to put a period. Kapag direct question, no? Or the tag question, one thing for sure, you have to end it with a question mark. Ayan lang yung pinaka-cue ninyo. Okay, tag question yung may positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, no? Yes, I do, no, I don't. It's just like that, no? Yung parang ang ibig sabihin nun, answerable by the yes or no. Okay? Yun siya. Okay? So far, the last part is the exclamative mark. No, is parang ni-use naman to. So, ano yung pinakatatandaan ninyo kapag once the sentence is expressing a strong grief, enthusiasm, yung ubod ng kasiyahan, happy fiesta, mga ganyan, grief, no, condolences, outrage, yung galit ka, okay, or bursting your strong emotion, no, yung stop that, you have to be kidding, no, you have to end it with exclamative mark. So, ito yung tinatawag nating interjection. Okay? Interjections, no? Wow, no way, oh my, and next. What are the things that you need to remember lang? Yung interjection O, no? It should always be capitalized, no? Regardless if it is at the beginning of the sentence or written. What I mean is written in the beginning of the sentence, no? Within the body of the sentence. Ibig sabihin nasa gitna ng sentence or at the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence, no? It should always be capitalized. Dapat lagi siyang capitalized. Okay? Same with the personal pronoun I, no? Regardless if it is written at the beginning of the sentence, within the body of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, lagi lang siyang kinakapitalize. Alright? Okay? So, soon, pag-aaralin din natin ditong mga when are you going to capitalize, no? Yung mga words, no? Kailan ba natin in-spelled out ang mga numbers? Itatap din natin yung pagkatapos natin ng review of all the lessons. Hanggang 12 lang naman yun. Matatapos tayo within the week. Then we're going to proceed now with the different types of comma. So far, that is the end of ending punctuation class. So just listen now.